Welcome my friends, TOVA's here again to share with you the old stories, the wisdom of the runes and the tales of the gods. Today's saga is one of the most sorrowful and powerful of all, the death of Baldr the Shining One, whose fall brought grief to every corner of the 9 realms. Baldr, son of Odin and Frigg, was the most beloved of all the gods. His face shone with light, his spirit was pure. Wherever he walked, joy followed. No darkness could linger where Baldr was. The gods and goddesses loved him beyond measure, and even mortals sang his beauty and gentleness. But Baldr began to have dreams of death. Night after night, visions of darkness and his own end haunted him. The gods feared these dreams, for they knew dreams often carried truth. Frigg, Baldr's mother, could not bear the thought of losing her son. She journeyed through all the worlds, from the highest sky to the deepest earth, extracting oaths from every being and everything, fire and water, iron and stone, beasts and trees, sickness and poison, all swore never to harm Baldr. Believing her son safe, the gods made a sport of it. They would throw stones, shoot arrows, strike him with axes, and Baldr stood unharmed, laughing as each weapon turned aside. The gods roared with joy at this miracle, but one among them didn't laugh. Loki, ever jealous, ever scheming, grew bitter at Baldr's perfection. Disguising himself, Loki approached Frigg and spoke gently. "Is it true, lady, that all things swore never to harm Baldr?" Proud but weary, Frigg sighed. Well, all things, yes, save one, a little sprig of mistletoe, so young, so harmless, I thought it too small to matter. At once Loki's heart burned with wicked purpose. He found that mistletoe, shaped it into a dart, and returned to the hall where the gods played their deadly game. There stood Höðr, Baldr's blind brother. Apart from the others, Loki went to him and said, "Why do you not join the sport? Come, I will guide your hand." Höðr, innocent and trusting, let Loki place the dart of mistletoe in his hand and guide his aim. The dart flew and pierced Baldr. The laughter stopped. A silence deeper than night filled the hall. Baldr fell, lifeless, upon the ground. The gods cried out in horror. They rushed to him, but nothing could wake him. The god of light was gone, snuffed out by a fragile twig. The joy of Asgard turned to grief. Frigg wept until her tears became rivers. The Æsir stood stunned, unable to speak, and Odin, wise, all-seeing Odin, bowed his head, for he knew this death was not only loss, but the very first step toward Ragnarök. His heart broke with the weight of it. The gods laid Baldr's body upon his great ship Hringhorni. They built a pyre upon its deck. Nanna, Baldr's faithful wife, could not bear her sorrow. Her heart shattered, and she was laid upon a pyre beside him. All the gods gathered, even giants and dwarfs came to witness the passing of Baldr. Odin placed his golden ring Draupnir upon his son's chest, a gift for the land of the dead. Thor, heavy with grief, lifted his hammer to consecrate the fire. The flames roared and the ship sailed into the sea, carrying Baldr from the world of the living. But Odin could not let his son go so easily. The All-Father, who had hung upon the tree for wisdom, who had sacrificed an eye for sight, now sought to challenge death itself. He saddled Sleipnir, his 8-legged steed, and rode deep into the shadowed road that leads to Hel's realm. Down he went past cold rivers and the gates of the dead until he stood before Hel herself, queen of the underworld. Odin spoke with all the sorrow of a father. "Great Hel, I beg of you, release my son, the shining Baldr. The world is dim without his light. Ask what you will, gold, treasures, oaths of the gods themselves, only let him return." Hel, stern and unmoved, answered, "If all things in the 9 realms weep for Baldr, if everything living and lifeless sheds tears, then he shall return. But if even one creature refuses, Baldr will remain here with me." And so the gods sent messages far and wide. Truly all things wept for Baldr. The trees dripped with dew and the stones glistened with tears. The beasts howled in mourning, all creation grieved, save one. A giantess, said by many to be Loki in disguise, sat unmoved and cold. She refused to weep, saying, "Let Hel keep what she has." And with that, Baldr's fate was sealed. Odin rode back, broken in spirit, knowing his son was lost forever, and that his death would echo until Ragnarök. This story is not only the death, but of the fragility of joy. Even in the realm of the gods, grief comes. Baldr's light reminds us of all we hold dear, and of how deeply we mourn when that light is lost. Thank you for joining me, dear friends, in this journey through the sagas. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a like, share it with those who love the old ways, and subscribe to TOVA Norse Witch for more tales, runes and wisdom from the Norse path. Until next time, may the gods ever walk beside you, and may Baldr's light guide your way.